Anterior triangle of neck is subdivided by digastric muscle and superior valley of omohyoid muscle into submental triangle, digastric triangle, carotid triangle, muscular triangle. So one by one we are going to discuss their boundaries, their contents. First of all, submental triangle. Submental triangle is bounded on each side by anterior valley of digastric muscle, as it can be seen in the diagram. Its base is formed by the hyoid bone and its apex is formed by the base of the mandible. So on each side, submental triangle is bounded by anterior valley of digastric. Its base is formed by the hyoid bone and apex is formed by the base of the mandible. Its floor is formed by mylohyoid muscles. Mylohyoid muscle is a muscle that originates from the mylohyoid line present in the mandible bone and is inserted on the hyoid bone. So its floor is formed by the mylohyoid muscle. This diagram in order to explain contents of submental triangle. Again, this is base of mandible, this is hyoid bone. I have drawn anterior valley of digastric muscle that is inserted on the hyoid bone by a intermediate tendon. So on each side, anterior valley of digastric muscle is present, at the base hyoid bone is present, and apex lies at the chin. What are different structures present in the submental triangle? As it can be seen in the diagram that there are some lymph nodes called submental lymph nodes, which can be seen in submental triangle. Anterior jugular vein can also be seen in the submental triangle. We have already discussed course of anterior jugular vein, what are its tributaries, and we know that anterior jugular vein finally drains into the external jugular vein. So let us discuss about the submental lymph nodes. Submental lymph nodes are 2 to 3 or 4 in number. They are present in the submental triangle and they basically drain superficial tissues present below the chin, central part of the lower lip, adjoining gums, anterior part of the floor of mouth and tip of tongue. Their efferents pass to submandibular lymph nodes. Let us discuss about digastric triangle. Digastric triangle is also called submandibular triangle. As it can be seen in the diagram that anteroinferiorly, anterior valley of digastric muscle is present. Posto-inferiorly, there are two muscles, stylohyoid muscle and posterior valley of digastric muscle. Both anterior and posterior valley of digastric muscle and stylohyoid muscle, they are inserted on the hyoid bone by a intermediate tendon. Superiorly, base of mandible is present. I am repeating it again. The boundaries of digastric triangle or submandibular triangle. Anteroinferiorly, anterior valley of digastric muscle is present. Posto-inferiorly, stylohyoid muscle is present and posterior valley of digastric muscle is present. And superiorly, base of mandible or mastoid process is present, as it can be seen in the diagram. Floor of digastric triangle or submandibular triangle is formed by three muscles. Mylohyoid muscle. Mylohyoid muscle is a muscle that originates from mylohyoid line and is inserted on the hyoid bone. It also consists of hyoglossus muscle, as the name tells, hyoglossus. It originates from the hyoid bone and is inserted on the side of the tongue. And third muscle which is forming the floor of the digastric triangle is middle constrictor muscle of the pharynx. As we know that there are three constrictor muscles of the pharynx: superior, middle and inferior constrictor muscles of the pharynx. As the name tells, they basically encircle the pharynx and helps in the constriction of the pharynx for passing out the food through the esophagus. So, in the floor of digastric triangle, three muscles are present: anteriorly mylohyoid muscle, posteriorly hyoglossus muscle, and middle constrictor muscle. Structures that are present in the digastric or submandibular triangle. So, we divide the digastric triangle into two parts: anterior part of the triangle and posterior part of the triangle. And we will discuss the structures that are present in the anterior part of the triangle and structures that are present in the posterior part of the triangle. So, I have made mnemonic so you can memorize its contents easily, as there are various structures that are present in the submandibular triangle. Anterior part of the digastric triangle, superficial to the mylohyoid muscle. So these three structures are present superficial to the mylohyoid muscle: submandibular salivary gland, submental artery, and mylohyoid nerve and artery. Submandibular salivary gland can be seen in the digastric triangle. Submental artery is a branch of the facial artery which can also be seen in the digastric triangle. Mylohyoid nerve is basically a nerve that innervates anterior belly of digastric muscle as well as mylohyoid muscle. And mylohyoid nerve is a branch of inferior alveolar nerve that itself arises from the mandibular nerve. So mylohyoid nerve can also be seen in the digastric triangle. Mylohyoid artery, which is a branch of inferior alveolar artery, can also be seen in the digastric triangle. So I have made SMS mnemonic. S stand for submandibular salivary gland, M stand for mylohyoid nerve and vessels, S again stand for submental artery. SMS. So you can memorize the structures that are present superficial to the mylohyoid muscle in the digastric triangle by this mnemonic. Again, anterior part of digastric triangle has also following structures that are present superficial to the hyoglossus muscle. These three structures were present superficial to the mylohyoid muscle. These three structures are present superficial to the hyoglossus muscle. Again, superficial to the hyoglossus muscle, we can see submandibular salivary gland. We see intermediate tendon of digastric and stylohyoid muscle, as we know that these two muscles, they are inserted on the hyoid bone by a intermediate tendon. So intermediate tendon can also be seen in the digastric triangle. Hypoglossal nerve, which is the 12th cranial nerve, can also be seen in the digastric triangle. So I have made HIS mnemonic. H for hypoglossal nerve, I for intermediate tendon of digastric and stylohyoid muscle, S for submandibular salivary gland. Posterior part of digastric triangle, there are some superficial structures, there are some deep structures, and there are some deepest structures. So one by one we are going to discuss superficial structures, deep structures, and deepest structures. First of all, superficial structures. We see parotid gland and external carotid artery. Parotid gland is basically a gland which is present in front and below the ear. External carotid artery is a branch of common carotid artery. So I have made EP mnemonic. E for external carotid artery and P for parotid gland. So parotid gland and external carotid artery can also be seen in the digastric triangle. Deep structures that can be seen in the digastric triangle are styloglossus, stylopharyngeus muscle. Styloglossus muscle is a muscle that originates from the styloid process and is inserted on the side of the neck. Stylopharyngeus muscle is a muscle that originates from the styloid process and is inserted on the pharynx. Styloid process means structures that are attached on the styloid process can also be seen in the digastric triangle. Glossopharyngeal nerve is basically the 9th cranial nerve. Pharyngeal branch of vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is basically the 10th cranial nerve, and parotid gland is a gland which is present in front and below the ear. So these structures can be seen in the posterior part of the digastric triangle. These two were superficial structures in the posterior part of digastric triangle. These structures are deeper structures in the posterior part of digastric triangle, so I have made GPS mnemonic. G for glossopharyngeal nerve, P for pharyngeal branch of vagus nerve and parotid gland, S for styloid process and its two structures like styloglossus and stylopharyngeus. Deepest structure which is present in the posterior part of the digastric triangle are following: internal carotid artery, which is a branch of common carotid artery, internal jugular vein. Internal jugular vein drains into the brachiocephalic vein, and vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is a 10th cranial nerve. So I have made IV mnemonic: I for internal carotid artery and internal jugular vein, V for vagus nerve. So these are the structures that can be seen in the digastric triangle. So through this mnemonic you can easily memorize its contents. Lymph nodes can also be found in the submandibular triangle or digastric triangle, and these lymph nodes are present below the deep cervical fascia on the surface of the submandibular salivary gland. Submandibular lymph node drain to center of the forehead, inner side of eye, nose with frontal, maxillary and ethmoidal air sinuses, anterior part of cheeks, adjoining gums and teeth, upper lip, lateral part of lower lip, anterior 2/3 of the tongue excluding the tip. Submandibular lymph node receives efferent from submental lymph node that are present in the submental triangle. Submandibular lymph nodes also receive efferent from jugulo-omohyoid lymph node and jugulo-digastric lymph node. These are the deep cervical lymph node. These lymph nodes are present along the internal jugular vein.